Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's spread around. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
What tweet did you get, Judy? Say it into the mic.
I got a Kill Me Now tweet saying the person's not listening because you interrupt too much.
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I see them a lot.
Uh-huh. How do you feel about that?
Do you see the tweets, though, where people are like, oh, my God, Hennessy, I wouldn't be able to listen to this show if you weren't on it?
That's so not true.
Yes, it is.
Not that. All right.
I have a folder of them.
Can we save this?
I have a folder of them that I look at when I'm feeling low.
We're going to say, don't talk yet. Are we recording? Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Kill Me Now. We're in well, first of all, we're in a whole new studio. We're now with Adlard. We're so excited. This is like the greatest. Stephanie's here. Hi, Steph.
What's up, Stephanie?
Stephanie works at Adlard. So we moved. We're outside of play.shit.
Oh, thank God.
radio.com.shitty.crappy. So here we are at Adlarge. I'm so excited. It's like, it's new. Stephanie's really cool. We have the best guest to start off in our new studio. And Hennessy and I were just discussing that I got this tweet today that says, and it's like nasty. Like, people are nasty. Yeah. Right? Just about, and we've had this discussion that Hennessy tends to interrupt a little bit and usually goes on a tangent where I don't want to go. Okay? So someone said, I made a joke, and someone said, I hope you're serious about getting a new co-host. I simply cannot take him anymore. I don't recommend the podcast anymore because of him. It's unbearable.
At least he used the right pronoun.
Yeah, he's really good. He has 13 followers. Matt, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, you're not going to recommend the podcast. But I like Hennessy. I mean, that made me want to vomit in my mouth. But, I think we're a good team.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Go fuck yourself, Matt. Take care. Anyway, so here we are, Adlarge. Anything else I need to say about Adlarge? Just that they're great stuff?
That they're the
all of the good things.
Bomb?
All right, they're the bomb.
I'm going to write a song about Adlarge.
And we're going to, and they're actually, I had this theme song that I wanted, and they're actually looking into, I think we might be able to use my theme song.
Amazing.
Oh, thank God.
My theme song, which is, it's Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head in Yiddish, and it's hilarious.
Stephanie,
cannot wait.
Are you an alto or a soprano?
I'm an alto.
Oh,
Me too.
Done. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm writing a duet.
All right, we're done. I got to talk to our guest. How do I raise my... Oh, here, right here. Okay, now I can hear myself a little better. Welcome to our it's like a new podcast here at Adlarge. I am so excited about our guest because, I feel old. I've been feeling... All right, so here's the deal. Lately, this week has been a little trying in the career area because I have been... and I'm used to this. You're young. Our guest is young. But I have been told I don't fit the algorithm. And your mom's here, and she's nodding, which is making me very happy. I don't fit the algorithm to get a comedy special on Netflix.
What does that mean?
Yes, thank you. That is the voice of the incredible, the future of us, the
present of us.
The present and the future. Ruby Karp is here, ladies and gentlemen. And her mom.
And my mom is here too.
Marcel Karp.
Where's the Jew bell?
Ruby and Marcel are here. This is our Jew bell. Anything remotely Jewish, we ring the bell.
Oh,
okay.
awesome. We're both Jewish.
Okay, there we go. So, Ruby, I was told today, not today, 2 days ago, that
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting right now, and I know that this is a common thing that I've trying not to do. But did you get your notes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. They're not in front of you, so I was just wondering.
Well, they're not printed out, but they're on my phone.
I have them printed out. Should I go and get them while you...
Yeah, thanks a lot
I'll
for
be right
interrupting.
back.
Matt, I hear you. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I just
Matt,
want
I'm sorry,
want a
Matt.
piece of paper. I want.
Coming right up.
You're leaving?
Oh, I was going to go get your notes, but no.
Just give me a piece of paper.
Here you are.
I did a lot of research.
Done.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, so I was told this algorithm. So, I'm a comedian, and my job is to make people laugh. I couldn't be funnier. As I get older, I get funnier. I get better at what I do. And there's this notion that I did all the work, I did everything right, but unfortunately, and I think it's a lot with people my age. I'm going to assume that Ruby's, you can speak
My mom
as well.
has dealt with a lot of ageism.
And yet, I don't feel old. I don't think old. I don't act old.
That's for sure.
Shut up. I also, laughter has no demographic.
No.
So, as a young feminist, now you're an author, you're a comedian, you're a satirist, you're an all-around amazing human who's going to Emerson College, where I wanted to go.
I am. I'm going for comedy.
You are. They have a comedy.
I'm getting a BFA in comedy.
Oh my God! Can you believe it?
Yeah.
That my parents wouldn't let me. It's all about me. My parents wouldn't let me go there because I had to go to Rutgers because it was $2,000 a semester.
Yeah. Well, Emerson's ridiculously
I know.
expensive.
I know. Mom, are you excited about that?
No, I'm very sad.
Oh, she's very sad.
You're sad about her leaving.
No, I'm not sad about
You're sad about the.
money.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't care about the fact that I'm leaving.
Here.
So,
No, because then I'll talk.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I like when you talk.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping you were going to come. All right. So, Ruby, you grew up in New York City. Your mom was also born in New York City.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in New York City as well?
In Queens.
Okay. I haven't
in
heard of that.
Hillcrest.
No, I've never heard of I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
you'll hear the accent real soon.
And so, you come by this feminism that you have been sort of identifying with since birth.
Well, my mom left a feminism magazine
Right.
to raise me. So you think, like, it's not like she leaves bust and she's like, all right, feminism's over. I
Right.
don't care about it anymore. Like, I was raised in a feminist household, which means from the second I was born, I was a
How do
feminist.
you describe, because I think I'm a lesbian, and my kids, I have two straight sons, unfortunately, who
You did your best.
who have been raised by lesbians, and I feel like I want them to be feminists, and I think they are to a certain degree. But what about your growing up? Because the notion that your mother would leave to raise a child is unfeminist, is completely anti-feminist.
But is it because she's bringing a woman, a strong woman, into the world? I think that's the most feminist thing
Agreed.
we could do. And also, my mom was raising me on her own, so
Right.
she really didn't have a choice.
Right. No, I'm just saying in the world of, in the world of our patriarchy,
Yeah.
a woman leaving her job is
Yeah.
Let's have a
anti-feminism. All right. So,
Well, it's anti-corporate.
right, it's anti-corporate. So your mom basically started this magazine Bust.
With another person.
Right. And it's really about third wave feminism. Can you explain third wave feminism, Ruby Karp?
Yeah. So basically, my mom, so what my mom did was, I think Mom, correct me if I'm getting this wrong. In the 90s,
The best time.
God, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
My mom's generation of women were looking for something to basically seek refuge in that was empowering women in their sexualities, in their bodies, reminding women that all women are equal, like all women, not just white women. And really, I think it was what my mom did was she started a magazine that did all of that and was one of the first things that allowed women to have a place where sex was really empowered and feminism was empowered and talking about things that you normally wouldn't talk about was encouraged, and it became Bust, which is like what it is now,
Right.
which my mom is no longer a part of, but she initially started.
Impressive.
Do you have a relationship with your father?
No.
Do you feel my kids don't have a dad? Do you feel that has affected you in any?
I don't know. I think it's like it's interesting because I go to a theater school, so a lot of a lot of I've had a lot of different teachers, and different teachers use different methods. One of the methods is Meisner, which is
Right.
Basically a technique that's just like
No method.
Yeah,
Kind of.
it's like destroy your emotional self
Right.
to your core. Just like destroy yourself and then act. So I had a teacher who made me talk about a lot of stuff that I was just like really...
I hate that shit.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't wanna do this.
No, like I am
Yeah.
sick of acting teachers.
That's annoying.
Like doing that to people.
Yeah, no, it's
like
horrible.
you don't no.
I don't want to do this. I'm
It's
also,
so weird and
Yeah.
so no boundaries.
Self-indulgent.
I know.
Also.
It was also
it's like,
and it's a
freshman
power
year.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a power thing. Like I know this about you. You act.
She would
yeah.
use information against me initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also freshman year that I had this teacher, so it was me and a bunch of kids.
At
I never
LaGuardia?
knew. Oh, yeah. So it was me and a bunch
No
of...
way.
Oh, yeah. So it was me and a bunch of kids I didn't know.
Is she still there, the teacher?
Yeah, just sharing our secrets. And it was just like, I
No.
wasn't comfortable with this. But
Did you say anything to the?
no, I mean,
Powers
well,
that be.
that's what happens. That's
Right.
like, that's how the program works.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, no, it doesn't really affect me. I mean, I think it definitely makes me like not trust men, but I don't trust men as it is. So
Right. Do you think that is just a result of Is it? You've had men in your life.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, the men I do have that raised me are phenomenal men. Like, they are amazing, amazing men.
Right.
So it's not like I had this, like, lack of male guidance in my life because I had my mom and then I
Right.
had, like, a village of her friends that
Right.
helped.
I mean,
That's
it
the
does
best
take a
way.
village. I mean,
Yeah.
it is the best way. I mean, you're around all different kinds of people.
and as humans, we grew up in tribes. We're meant to be in tribes, to be raised by tribes.
Yeah.
L'chaim.
I'm a member of the tribe, by the way. Good night, folks. So, growing up, when was the first time you performed?
Like, I performed or was on stage?
Let's do on stage. Because as a performer, I've been performing since,
My mom held me in her arms when I was a baby when she did Ass Cat in
Yeah.
like 2000. When she was
Really?
born.
Judy did ask Cat.
I did Ask Cat.
I did
was in the vagina monologues
That's awesome.
when I was pregnant, and I was the angry vagina, and after the production, they told me I was the angriest vagina they'd ever had. Anyway, that is true, by the way. So I would do that monologue, which was like
Yeah.
crazy.
That's so
All right
funny.
with the coughing.
I'm sorry. I was laughing hard. I lost it.
And Ben, my son, was in my belly, and like he would be sleeping the whole thing, and then I did the angry vagina and kicked me the whole rest of the show. It was like so funny. Okay, so you're a performer, Mom.
No, she's not. So basically, the reason why she would do monologues at ASCAT was because there was no one else to do monologue. This was before UCB was a big institution. This was when
we're talking about Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yeah. And this is when UCB had like just started. It was at the old theater that was like not at all like a big thing.
Right, it was gross.
No one like cared about it, and it wasn't like what it is now.
Who were the people there?
I think the original 4. Am I wrong? No. Yeah, the original 4. Amy Poehler, Matt Besser, Matt Walsh, Ian Roberts.
They're not successful at all. Huh?
Horatio Sands.
I love Horatio.
Yeah.
He is such a nice guy.
Great guy.
He did her show with her in LA.
It was so fun. Me and Horatio co-hosted my show when I did it in LA, and it was just so fun.
Oh my God, he's the best.
We just it was so great.
I'm trying to get him on this. He's so cute.
I know.
It's like when Tina used to do it and
it was before all of that generation of comedians got big. So they had no one to do monologues, and they were like, "Oh, Marcel, like you're cool. You have some stories to tell. Do some monologues."
And what was the monologue that she did when she was holding you in her arms?
I don't really remember because I was a few months old.
Right. But I don't need your attitude.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
But if I could remember, I would tell you.
Okay. So you also did a TED Talk.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I was
look, TED Talk is major.
Yeah, it was very interesting. It was an interesting experience because I was in 8th grade at the time, so I didn't really know what a TED Talk was when I got asked to do it, so I didn't really know what a TED Talk consisted of. Now I watch TED Talks all the time in all of my different classes in school and stuff, and looking back, there's a lot of things I would have done differently, but I did my TED Talk about feminism and why you should be a feminist, which I still obviously support very much. Right. My public speaking skills weren't the best, but, we live and we learn. I try.
Oh, my God. I can't with the confidence. It's amazing. I love you. Go ahead.
But, it's weird. I'll be at, parties in high school, and people will, pull up my TED Talk and be like, look, it's your TED Talk. And I'll be like, why?
Oh, God.
Thank you.
You know what? First of all, I fucking hated high school.
Yeah,
okay.
I hate high school.
8th grade sucked. Everything sucked. Yeah. Okay. And it's just like I got bullied a lot, but I think thank God it wasn't now when they could bully you on the internet.
Oh,
it was at least I could go to my room and listen to Barbara Streisand.
The school your son goes to, there's a group of boys there in my grade who almost all of my best friends go to Beacon, and one of my friends one day was sitting in the hallway, sent me a photo of a group of boys with the caption, "These boys are watching your comedy and laughing at you and making fun of you." And it was a photo of a group of boys sitting in a circle just looking at a phone. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, first of all,
that's how God, they probably all have a crush on you, and they're all fucking
they're jealous.
Ridiculous.
And my mother used to say this.
And
they're jealous.
Yeah.
They don't have the fucking balls to do what you do.
Or to talk to you.
And also, this friend is an asshole for even telling you that.
Yeah,
I'm done with her.
Yeah, I feel like I have...
Is she Jewish?
She is Jewish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know just for the bell.
Yeah.
But that's so fucking...
I know, it's so stupid, and it's so just rude, and that's welcome to high school.
Oh, I know. And Ben, my son who goes there, is he's so in his own basketball land, but he said... no one bullies anyone.
It's interesting because the word bullying now has a very different definition for my generation.
Right.
Because bullying is not I'm throwing you in a trash can. Bullying is I'm gonna block you on social media and then post about you without you really knowing.
Right. Ugh, it's so fucking.
I hate social media. Yeah, it's a lot more catty and backstage.
Do you remember? Well, you probably don't. Do you remember life without social media?
I do. I only got social media in 7th grade.
Okay, so
I because my middle school started in 5th grade.
Where'd you go to middle school?
Center school.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I
know a lot of kids that went to center school.
Yeah, I really, really, really loved middle school.
Yeah.
Who do you know that went to center school?
Well, some of Ben's friends.
I know because center school's so small. I know everyone who went there.
All right, I got to think.
Yeah, well,
He went to Booker T. He went to Delta.
Oh my God, we will talk. I have some stories about Booker T kids. But like a lot
Excluding my son. Yeah.
lot of what middle school was for me was like. It was such. I went to a very small middle school. It was like 200 kids in the whole school, so everyone knew each other very well. So beginning of middle school for me was very just like pure. Not really on my phone that much. I would text my friends, but that was really the extent of it.
How old were you when you got a phone?
Oh, because my mom raised me alone, I had to get a phone at a young age so that my mom could because I started walking home by myself at a really young age.
How old?
Mm-hmm. I think 7, 8.
6th grade.
6th grade. No, that's not true. You would call.
We're gonna go with Mom on this.
Why did I get a phone when I was like 5 then?
Because when your dad came to visit, I got you one of those Migo phones. So you had 4 numbers.
Yeah, I got a phone that I could call 4 people with.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Really good.
But I'm divorced, and we had to give the kids a phone.
Yeah.
Because I was like, where the fuck?
Especially in New York City,
Yeah.
it's like it sounds alarming when you say I got a phone when I was 5, but like if you live in New York, it's a little different.
It was 1st grade. It was 1st grade when I got you that because he came and you were like, what if I need to reach you? And so I got you that Migo.
Yeah. So that was when I really first started using a phone, but I didn't really start being on my phone all the time until 7th grade.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Okay, so were you bat mitzvahed?
I was bat mitzvahed.
Yes. Jeez. Where?
The Bowery Hotel.
Wow, Mom!
I know, it was the more money than we needed to spend on anything ever.
Really? But was it memorable?
Yeah. I'm glad I did
Mom, do you feel good that you did it?
My parents were so happy.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. That was really the biggest reason we did it.
Right.
But I spent so much of the party just taking photos with people, barely getting to enjoy it.
Hello. You're the star. Hello. That's what happens. You were working.
I know.
That's right.
Okay. So, what are I really want to know, the hands-on way your mom taught you about feminism.
So,
starting from the beginning, at dinner, with the hands-on, because a lot of kids, look, I'm liberal, I'm a leslie, I'm a very outspoken LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ person. I am very outspoken about marriage equality, and and my kids make fun of me, and sometimes kids rebel against that. My older son will always I think I'm going to vote Republican. I'm like, no, you're fucking not. You're not, just to annoy me. But the fact that you didn't rebel, how was it presented to you?
Well, feminism, I learned what feminism was literally when I was 4 or 5.
Right.
So, and feminism to me, because I was just being raised by my mom, who was my superhero, was just women can do anything men can do. And I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Why wouldn't they be able to? That's so, because I had seen my mom doing everything a man couldn't do.
Right.
Because my dad literally couldn't do it. So he left. So I was like, yeah, of course women are just as equal, if not better than men. What are you talking about? And then basically it started getting more technical, being okay, so that's the idea of it, but it's called feminism. So then when I was in kindergarten, my mom and I made this little PowerPoint booklet of this is what feminism is. If I can do the monkey ring, so can a boy. And here are some women who are huge feminists who have helped feminism.
Right.
And that just my whole life was just kind of not a question. So it wasn't so much that it was this is what feminism is and you are a feminist. It was more just it seemed like it was common knowledge. I didn't realize that it wasn't.
It's so interesting when you're so innocent and then you go out in the world and you go, oh my God, there's fucking assholes here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the world is filled with fucking assholes.
Yeah, well, I do have a very naive perspective on life, just because I'm very, very, like, I'm very hopeful. I'm very, like, I like always give people a chance. Like, I like to have faith in people. So when it came to something like feminism, I was like, well, why would people not agree with this? Like, why wouldn't someone want that? And then obviously, you know, I got older and I realized, like, what kind of people existed in the world who disagreed with that. But as I got older, of course, the definition of feminism and things in feminism and the world of equality started changing for me. But it has been that same definition that I had when I was 5, which was men and women are of equal value.
Right.
Period.
Like my kids who were like, I don't understand why you can't get married.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's just like,
why is our
Like, it's
family
so
different? You know, which is why you're going to change the world. Did you ever have any pushback from teachers or?
Yes, actually, I did. When I was in, I think, either 5th or 6th grade, I was in a class that was about women's suffrage. And I was, like, talking about it with one of my teachers, and I was like, this class is so interesting. I love it so much. Like, I was talking about what I was learning, and my teacher goes, all right, Ruby, but just make sure you don't become one of those crazy aggressive feminists, you know? Men don't like girls who are really aggressive.
This is 6th grade?
This is 6th grade.
At center school?
Yeah. A woman.
It's always a woman.
Yeah. She said to me, men don't like, you know, be careful with that word, being a feminist.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
Okay, so what did you do with that information?
I mean, I told my mom and we laughed.
That's it? You didn't say... Like, my mother would have been at the school... Because this is how annoying she was.
My mom,
You know.
since I've been I was a feminist for 12 years at that
Right.
point, so it wasn't like, not that one comment from my teacher who I didn't even like wasn't going to change my opinion
Right.
of who I knew I was.
Right. Have you ever had your heart broken?
Yes.
And how old? At what age?
There's an entire chapter in my book about it.
I love this book. I want to just
full on. The longest and my favorite chapter in the book is the heartbreak chapter.
The book is called Earth Hates Me: True Confessions from a Teenage Girl. And there's a quote on it from Amy Poehler, and the photo's great. I love it. Okay, so all right, so here's my thing with feminism right now.
Okay.
As a comedian, I have always been a feminist because I have just gone up there and done what I do, and no one's told me. I mean, I've been told, you know, you're too this, you're too that, you're too this, you're too that. But I always just went on stage as me.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself,
Yeah.
basically. Now, we have a lot of younger women who are doing stand-up, and they're feminists. And I feel like to them, feminism is being able to talk like a guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Or acting like a butch.
Or like...
No, not acting butch. That's they're very feminine. They're dressed up sexy and everything. I'm talking about because every guy comic when I was oh, my wife, you know, is like, hey, what are you on your period? Get me a beer, you fucking bitch, you know.
Yeah.
It's them doing that, like, oh, I'm fucking this guy and blah 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 blah.
I guess that's what I mean by acting butch, like the what's considered masculinity.
Yeah.
You know, which is anything sexual.
But I think it's more shocking. I mean, it's like
shock humor as opposed to funny.
Well, right. I mean, I was at a club and someone was doing like this. There was a woman and she was talking about anal. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this with your mother here. Anyway, and I'm like, you know, there's so much to talk about. Does it have to be that? You know what I mean? And so I kind of have been concerned about where feminism is going. You know, because I don't know. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just my sense of humor.
I think there's this pressure for two things. One, there's a pressure to, I mean, one of my favorite monologues of all time is in Gone Girl, the cool girl monologue where she starts talking about how every guy wants a cool girl who is like down to earth and chill and likes video games and will get you a beer and do whatever you want and all this stuff. And that's what girls idolize and want to be. They want to be the girl that's like laid back and like just like the guys and all this stuff because they think that that's like what'll get guys to like them. Right. And I think there are parallels of that in comedy where it's like, I'm telling this joke because it'll make me seem like I'm like cool and like I like am talking about sex. Right. Listen to me. Whereas it's like, well, yeah, you can make jokes about sex, but also the only reason a comedian is funny is because they're a funny person, not because of what they're talking about. If you're a funny...
the subject matter is not, you can make, if you're a good comic, you can
make anything funny.
Right.
Exactly. And it seems, I mean, not that it's a cheap way out, because if you really do have a funny joke about sex, you should tell it, but it does at one point become more like, I'm just talking about sex now because it's funny and bodies.
It's like, it's easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's easy humor.
This week's episode of It's Judy Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself. You can process and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it and you sit there and you wait. And then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome. What do you think? Now, women got Trump elected. White women.
Yep.
What do you think of these women who defend him? For me, it's infuriating, and I want to fucking bang there and go, what? You must have the lowest self-esteem. How you can allow a guy to behave like this and then call yourself an evangelical Christian, quote unquote family values bullshit. If you could say anything, what do you think of this? I just can't believe there are women like that out there.
Yeah, no, I can't either. It's hard because I really am a big believer in, I don't think that the best way to handle situations like that are by attacking people. Right. Because I think we're in this really weird time of being in a PC culture where there's a divide. There's a divide between people who want change and really actually care about making a change in the world and having conversations that need to happen, And then there's the people who want change, who think that the way to change the world is by attacking everyone who says the wrong thing and everyone who believes the wrong thing, and that there's this right and wrong thing. And the truth is, everyone has their own views and their own morals, and the only way that you're ever going to change someone or influence someone else's mind is if you try and approach them in a calm manner. No one's going to respond.
Yeah, I mean, I have an issue with that because, you know, I have a little anger problem.
Mm-hmm.
I get so emotionally involved. Like, I can't fucking... Do you watch the news?
No, I can't... It's so frustrating.
Right.
But the thing is, like... I still just don't believe in attack. Like, I've seen some really horrible videos on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. I've seen like some really horrible videos on YouTube that are just people who it's just like, what are you saying? But the thing is, you might not get to them. You probably won't get to them. I have no idea what their thought process is. But the only way to help them is to explain to them why Trump is bad and why they are being affected by Trump and why people...
Well, it's not even like his policies. No. It's that he's a fucking horrible liar. He's a liar. Like, this is why I feel bad. It's like when I was growing up, you know, the president, there was respect. Even if you didn't agree with the president.
You respect the president.
Right. But also they acted respectful of the office, of the presidency. I mean, God only knows. I mean, I'm sure, you know, John Kennedy was fucking everyone, you know, like, you know. But there was this sort of decorum. There was, they really...
They pretended to be adult.
But They were. There were traditions that they abided by, you know.
No, they were the president.
Right. You,
right.
And I am constantly, I don't know if your mom does this, but I sit with my kids, I go, this is not normal. This is not normal. This is not normal. This is not, like, I am so afraid of how much work it's going to take to go back to, you know,
I mean, Ruth Bader Ginsburg said it herself. She goes, I don't for the country it's just 4 years, but for the Supreme Court she doesn't even know. Yeah, she got in trouble for saying that too.
I know. It's fucking ridiculous. That was the worst thing McConnell ever did. Was block that Supreme Court. Merrick Garland.
Evil.
What were you going to say?
I was wondering, because I feel a little bit also at the same time that there's all this terrible, evil, very weird human, like, embarrassing shit happening. Like, if other worlds are watching us right now, they must be shaking their heads, you know.
Oh, yeah. I feel so embarrassed to, like, be American.
To be
I know.
human on this planet at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, the only comfort I get is knowing that there are other people who feel like this.
Yes.
And that they're, you know.
And they're doing something about it.
Right. And I'm trying to do something about it, too. But it's like, you know, Sarah Silverman is always saying, you know, we have to, you know, embrace them, you know.
Well, may I, along the lines of this really quickly?
Yes.
Just because, I mean, because you opened it up.
Yeah, go.
So, I have to state my case. So, don't you feel, though, at the same time, the Sarah Silvermans and the Ruby Karps and the Judy Golds are all the Jewish women, really.
Yes.
I mean, and there are a lot of women, actually. But humans in general, there is a little bit of an awakening happening at the same time as all this. Like, it almost feels like this Trump thing and all of this, like, weird KKK flare-up, you know, and not just in this country, but the war in other countries, in Syria and everything, like in China, you know, all this fucking suffering happening. It's like the response to people starting to wake up a little bit and make some connections and realize that this is not all there is. And maybe we should start questioning more.
I think people are also starting to realize that while all this horrible stuff is happening with Trump, also liberals are really, really voicing their opinions, like, more than ever. I mean, the Me Too movement, like, that was huge. That was such a huge step for assault cases in general. Mm-hmm. Now we're finally paying attention. And, you know, that was just celebrities.
Right.
Like, that was just imagine how much is happening in small workplaces, or even.
I'm saying.
Well, no, I hope. I mean, especially waitresses. I mean, they take so much. I was a toll collector on the New Jersey Turnpike, and I used to get. They used to stop me, baby, and it was like, oh, okay, like I didn't
Whatever.
even.
I could see you playing back with them though, like, oh, hey, I could just see you messing with them.
Well, the only good thing was like. If they were going to a concert at the Garden State Arts Center, they would give me joints and stuff. That was the only thing.
That's great.
There have been, I think, at least 3 or 4 teachers at my school in the past 2 years fired for hitting on students.
No fucking way.
Yes.
I hate people.
At LaGuardia?
Yes.
Now, just so everyone that's
they've covered
listening.
it up. They've covered all of
Okay,
it.
so just so you know about LaGuardia. LaGuardia is the performing arts school that was in Fame.
Yeah.
I went to music camp, and that's my water.
All right, well, one of these has to be mine. Okay.
You drank my coffee with your fake mustache, and you drank my water with
I didn't
your
drink.
fake
My
mustache.
fake mustache didn't touch it.
Which music camp did you go to?
I
And
went
it's
to
not fake.
Hardwick College Music Camp.
I went to Frenchwoods.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And all the teachers from, in the movie Fame, I was like, I went to see it, and I was like, oh my God, they were in my class, and that guy was whatever. I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. Okay, so these teachers, tell me.
Well, okay, I've been subject of 2 of them. But so
Really?
girls, yeah. I've had.
I'm sorry.
I've had incidents with emails where I've had male teachers send me really inappropriate
Like
emails.
what? Give me an example.
So I go since at my school we have our majors in the performing arts. My major is drama, so I study theater. And one of the scenes I did for one of our showcases was a scene from Annie Baker's The Flick,
Yes.
in which she gives a hand job to her scene partner.
Well, I think
in
that's
the
an
play.
appropriate thing. Yeah.
I mean, no.
Mom, did you care that she was doing that?
It wasn't it was acting. I
Right,
didn't
I know it's
actually
acting.
Put my
I
hands
know,
down
I know.
Sure, every play
But-
is about sex and violence.
Yeah. Go.
Yes, fully true. And after the scene, one of my teachers emailed me and said, "Great work, and here I thought you were a good girl, winky face." And I was like,
What a motherfucker.
Ew.
Yeah.
Names.
How old?
Names.
How old?
Names.
You can't name
no
them.
names.
How old? Just
like
age.
65.
Fuck that guy.
65?
I want to know his
Like
name.
how long? Will you shut up?
I'm sorry, but I'm not. No,
Right.
I'm not.
But how long had he
And
been?
that's not even the
All right,
worst.
but how long had he been at the school?
Like a couple years.
In his 60s. Like
And
this
I was like the 3rd girl that this happened to.
So who did the who was the first one to go?
He still works at the school.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. But here's another
Mom,
way.
did you get involved?
I was waiting for a 3rd email, and if there would have been a 3rd email, I would have gone there and punched him in the box, and I would have Lorena Bobbited him.
Wow.
was the
What
worst-
was the second email?
The second email, I changed my profile photo on Facebook, and it was a photo of me in a bikini. And he emailed me because his girlfriend and I were friends on Facebook.
Wait, his girlfriend?
Yeah.
How old's she?
She's also like in her 50s, I think.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, she saw your Facebook profile photo change. She said, "That's unfair. No 15-year-old has the right to be that gorgeous and have a body like that."
Ew.
What the fuck? You should have
like,
written to her and say,
why
your
did you
fucking
do it?
boyfriend's a fucking...
But wait, this is the worst.
Okay,
the
go.
worst case. So this is a separate teacher. This is a completely different teacher.
Okay, and this teacher is still there. Go.
Oh, he's gone.
No, this other one was
this one that just
65.
happened, 65 is
He's there.
still there.
Okay, who's this one? How old?
So this one is like,
Oh, wait, is 65 Jewish?
yes.
Gross.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is 35. We're calling him 35.
And is he Jewish?
Yes. Yes, he is. Mom, you don't even know who I'm talking about. Okay, well, he's Jewish.
What, do you think Mom doesn't
Why
think
don't
he's
you
Jewish?
think he's Jewish?
He has a generic last name.
Oh,
Because he has a
that's
generic
true.
last name.
All right, he's not. Well, I'm not gonna. He's not gonna be Jewish for
He's
this.
not gonna be Jewish.
game.
So
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
him. He doesn't deserve it.
I was a sophomore, and I was 35's assistant, and because
For what class?
for tech. I
tech,
like
okay.
doing behind the scenes stuff a lot, so
Okay.
I would help out with like camera work
Right.
and stuff like that. And he always picked one girl from every grade to be his assistant. So there's a freshman assistant, a sophomore assistant, junior assistant, senior assistant.
Why girls?
You'll see. So the senior assistant, before she was about to graduate, pulled me over and was like, Ruby, we need to talk. And I was like, why? And she was like, you need to get away from that man. And I was like, why? And she was like,
is the senior assistant Jewish?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So everyone at my school, it's an Upper West Side school.
I know, it's just being an asshole.
So basically she was like, here's what he does. Freshman year, he like trains you. Sophomore year, he gets closer to you. Junior year, when you have class, so this is a teacher who's really mean, really strict, very, very, very mean, and very hard to get his validation and attention.
Gross.
So what he would do is in classes, in front of like the whole class, he'd be like, Ruby, you're so smart. Everyone, you should be as smart as Ruby. So he'd start to get all the kids to hate me and turn against me so that I would be spending all my time after school helping him and working with him so that as junior year and senior year went on, he would start to kind of flirt with me. And
like, give me an example of flirting.
Like, so what he did to this girl, this senior girl, was he would like wink at her from time to time and she'd just like ignore it, but it would like be there.
And it makes you feel uncomfortable.
No, of course. And then right before she graduated, he pulled her into his office, like closed the door, put his leg up on the table and was like, why must they be in the way? And she was like, my classmates. And he was like, yes. And she was like, of what? And he was like, of us.
No fucking way.
Yeah. And then he would like send nudes to girls as soon as they graduated.
No way. Is he still there?
No, he got fired. Yeah.
Like who
that girl, the girl who warned me about it, reported him.
Good for her. She's my hero.
Yeah.
We can't talk about him either.
No
Fuck
names.
that guy. Also,
all right, that's fine.
Guys sending nudes is never a good idea.
He what?
No matter what.
He's in the industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
he
all
sent
in the industry.
nude pictures of himself?
Apparently, yes.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, the Me Too movement's amazing, but like, it's
not stopping.
Yeah.
There's also a case of a teacher at your school before your time marrying a girl that had just graduated.
No fucking. Yeah. There was a teacher at LaGuardia who married a student.
Yeah. No,
after she graduated.
This is a huge,
like after she graduated
problem.
high school.
Yes.
So she and the parents didn't care?
I don't know.
Okay, is that teacher still there?
No. Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. No, it's a huge problem.
Yeah, the first one they couldn't build enough of a case, but the second one
65. You couldn't.
65 we couldn't build enough of a case.
He had tenure.
Did he know that they were trying to build a case?
Yes. And then he stopped talking to me.
Good. Fuck him.
I know.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah. And all the students know about it, and they all give him shit for it. So like, he got his punishment. Now like all the kids like hate him, and he knows it.
Wow. Yeah. And how long was 35 there before he?
He was there for a couple years.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Any other ones? I always like online. I always see like these women. You know, it's always women teachers. They always.
Oh, women teachers get with like 16-year-olds.
I know.
It's really.
Oh, you mean in the news and stuff?
Yeah, it's every time I go on like.
It's like 23-year-old teacher gets with 16-year-olds.
Yeah,
like,
and they have like Mary Kayla Tourneau.
Yeah, they're
that
still
was
together.
But it's amazing. What?
They're still together.
No, they're not. They just got divorced. Ha ha. Yeah,
that lasted a while.
Yeah, it did.
Do you think it's different with older women and younger men than it is with older men and younger women?
No, I think either way, it
feels more.
Just go for someone. Just go for someone your own age, or just not in high school.
It feels less invasive if. You know, when it's an older woman and a younger man, it feels less. It feels.
Well, it feels
I guess
very predatory when it's men.
It does, and it is because they play on like the emotions and they manipulate. And I feel like guys are just like, okay,
but
I'll
also
fuck you.
that women. I mean, this is another part of the feminism that women get self-esteem from attention from guys. Like if you
but the thing is, the craziest part about them going for high schoolers is when you're in high school, you're the most insecure you will ever be because you're just
unless you go into show business afterwards.
And you have yes, but you have no self-esteem. So these guys who, like I said, are mean teachers, like hard to get their attention, they start paying attention to you. They tell you you're so smart and amazing, and why don't people like you and all this stuff. And it makes you think like. Yeah, like this.
Well,
person
especially in a performing arts school because they know how to manipulate because that's what.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Don't forget to tune in next week to Just Kill Me Now.
It's Just Kill Me.
Oh. Don't forget to turn for part 2 on Just Kill Me.
No, it's not. It's
Just Kill Me.
No.
Judy Gold's Just Kill Me.
Kill me now.
Just Kill Me Now.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.